Welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to learn few prosodic terms, and these videos certainly will help you a lot. So, watch my video till the end. I hope it will help you a lot. So, let us come to our today's topic. In this video, we are going to learn some prosodic terms. The prosodic terms that we shall learn in this video are blank verse, Alexandrine, heroic couplet. So first, blank verse. What is blank verse? Blank verse is a metrical composition without any rhyme. So blank verse, it is a metrical composition without rhyme. Each line consisting of iambic pentameter. It is also called heroic verse. It is also called heroic verse because it is used in epic heroic poem. Why blank? It is blank because of the unrhymed. The lines do not rhyme against each other. It is totally unrhymed. So we can say that blank verse, or in a word, blank verse is a verse of unrhymed iambic pentameter. So unrhymed iambic pentameter verse is blank verse. So in a word, we can write in a word that blank verse is a verse of unrhymed iambic pentameter. So it is a verse of unrhymed iambic pentameter. The Earl of Surrey, Henry Howard, introduced blank verse in English poetry. So the credit goes to the Earl of Surrey, Henry Howard, whose name is generally associated with Sir Thomas Waite, another Renaissance poet. So Earl of Surrey introduced it in English poetry in 16th century. So his translation of Virgil's The Aeneid was done in this verse, that is blank verse. Who introduced blank verse in English? The answer is Earl of Surrey. The Earl of Surrey. The Earl of Surrey, or Henry Howard. Henry Howard introduced it in English poetry. After that, it became a standard verse form for the Elizabethans and moderns. Milton, poet John Milton, used blank verse for his epic poem Paradise Lost. He also wrote the Paradise Regained and some parts of Samson agonistes in this verse. So, example of blank verse, you know, that is Milton's Paradise Lost. Example, Milton's Paradise Lost. Milton's Paradise Lost is an example, and poet James Thomson used these blank verse in his descriptive and philosophical poem, The Season. Wordsworth used it in his autobiographical poem, The Prelude, and in Tintern Abbey. Tennyson used it in his Ulysses, and Coleridge in Frost at Midnight, and T.S. Eliot used it in his epic poem, that is The Wasteland, published in 1922. T.S. Eliot used it in his epic poem, The Wasteland, published in 1922. Among the American poets, Hart Crane, Wallace Stevenson, and Robert Frost used this verse form in their particular poem. So this is all about blank verse. This is all about blank verse. Next, we shall go to next prosodic term, that is Alexandrine. 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 What is Alexandrine? It is a metrical line of iambic hexameter. The blank verse is line of iambic pentameter. It is a metrical line of iambic hexameter. In blank verse, iambic pentameter means unstressed, stressed, unstressed followed by stress, and 5 feet. But here in Alexandrine, the line is of iambic hexameter, iambic but 6 feet. So iambic 6 feet is known as Alexandrine. It is so called because it was used in medieval French poem on Alexander the Great. So then it is named after Alexander the Great. So let me write first the definition. So it is a metrical line of iambic hexameter. Iambic hexameter means iambic 6 measure or iambic 6 feet. It was named after Alexander the Great. The French in French medieval poem, it was used by the poets, and they used the adventure of Alexander the Great. So in this way the name came. So this is Alexandrine, the definition of Alexandrine, and example. Last line of each stanza in Shelley's To a Skylark. Skylark is an example. So iambic hexameter, and example is Shelley's To a Skylark. Now our third and last prosodic term is heroic couplet. Heroic couplet. Heroic couplet. Couplet, you know, a stanza of 2 lines. 2 lines verse. Couplet, we are aware. We know the Shakespearean sonnet in which there are 3 quatrain followed by a couplet. 2 lines verse. 2 lines stanza. So heroic. Heroic because it is used frequently used in heroic poems or in heroic plays. So the name is heroic couplet. So lines of iambic pentameter, lines of iambic pentameter which rhyme in pairs. So the rhyme scheme is, for example, AA, BB, CC, or so on. So it is called heroic because it is frequently used in heroic poems or in heroic plays. Who introduced it into English? As Earl of Surrey introduced blank verse in English, Geoffrey Chaucer introduced it in his poem The Legend of Good Women. The Legend of Good Women. The Legend of Good Women, and in the Canterbury Tales. So Geoffrey Chaucer first used it in his poem The Legend of Good Women. After that, from the age of Dryden to the age of Samuel Johnson, it became a predominant English poetic meter, and poet Alexander Pope was the greatest master of this metrical composition. From Dryden to the age of Samuel Johnson, heroic couplet became a predominant English poetic meter, and poet Alexander Pope was the greatest master of these metrical compositions. So this is all about 3 prosodic terms, that is blank verse, Alexandrine, and heroic couplet. Thank you. If this video is helpful for you, then please subscribe my channel, like and share among your friends.